Hey guys, welcome to Increidble, where we discover the weird and wonderful in this world. Zoos can provide people with a chance to see animals they've never seen anywhere else, to provide a safe habitat for animals and other important purposes, but you won't see any of these 10 animals in a zoo or an aquarium. Be sure to hit that like button and be sure to subscribe for more videos. Number 1. Saola. If you've never heard of the saola before, don't feel bad, as this creature, nicknamed the Asian unicorn, wasn't discovered until 1992. Located in the Annamite Mountains of Laos and Vietnam, the saola is listed as endangered and conservationists have not had many opportunities to study them. They do not fare well in captivity, with scientists speculating it may have something to do with how little they know of the creature's diet and environmental needs. Whatever the case, preservation groups are doing everything possible to keep the saola alive. Until scientists learn more about the Asian unicorn, don't count on seeing them in any zoos. Number 2. JAVAN Rhino. Rhinos have it bad due to poachers and other losers coveting their horns, but none are in such dire straits as the JAVAN Rhino. Known as the lesser one-horned rhino for its short horn, the JAVAN Rhino is sadly the most threatened species and in short supply, with the World Wildlife Fund noting, over the past 150 years, its range and population has shrunk dramatically, and now there is just one population in a single national park in the Uangkolam Peninsula on the Indonesian island of Java. The population has been inching upwards in recent years and has now reached 63. Some conservation experts estimating its numbers are anywhere from 58 to 68. Past efforts to keep the JAVAN Rhino alive in a zoo have failed, and it's been over a century since anyone has tried, since these rhinos are so endangered. Like some of the animals on our list, there are so few of the JAVAN Rhinos that they suffer from the problems of genetic inbreeding, making survival even more difficult. Ultimately, the JAVAN Rhino's future is bleak. Number 3. Pink Fairy Armadillo. Despite its lack of sorcerous abilities, the pink fairy armadillo is one of the most magical mammals on our list, possessing the ability to burrow through sand so fast that it's been nicknamed the sand swimmer by fans. So far, they've only been found in central Argentina's deserts and scrubs, and not much is known about them. According to conservationist biologist Mariela Suprina, the pink fairy armadillo has an unusual but highly effective anatomy for burrowing. According to an article at Wired.com, because its forelimbs are tied up in digging, the pink fairy armadillo has sort of a club tail that helps it balance as a fifth limb. It's also equipped with a butt plate with which it compacts the dirt behind it as it advances forward, thus closing the burrow and leaving an empty space in front of them that allows them to breathe and explore the environment. I suspect this also helps them prevent burrow collapses. Pink fairy armadillos are the type of cute animals that would be popular in zoos, but their largely underground lifestyle has kept scientists from learning much about them. Efforts to keep them in zoos have failed, with no pink fairy armadillos lasting longer than 30 months in a zoo. These little ones don't deal with stress well, and it's believed that a zoo's inability to maintain their environment and diet, coupled with stress, has led to short times in captivity. Number 4. The INDRI. These lovable lemurs are exclusive to Madagascar, and that's the reason why they don't fare well in zoos. It's believed they have a diet that requires them to eat particular foods at particular times. If they don't, problems will ensue. Here, the problem is we don't know the right diet for these lovelies yet, which is why you won't find them in a zoo. They have enough problems at home, as they've made the endangered species list thanks to the ongoing destruction of their rainforest habitat. Number 5. The Great White Shark. The great white shark has a fearsome reputation, not only to its depiction in films like Jaws, Deep Blue Sea, 47 Meters Down and Sharknado, but because, let's face it, nobody likes going into the water when there's a chance, however remote, of becoming this murderous marine animal's lunch. While great white sharks aren't the menace to mankind that the media sometimes portrays them as, they scare many people, which likely seem a good reason not to put them on display in aquariums. However, that's not the case, as it's likely aquariums would like to display the great white shark and give people a chance to understand them better. Now, the reason that they've never lasted so long in aquariums is due to their need for large areas of space to move around. According to an article at the Jakarta Post, sharks, like most fish, breathe by filtering oxygen out of their water that passes through their gills. While some fish are able to pump the water in and out of their gills using their mouths, sharks like the great white need to be constantly in motion for water to enter their gills. And the longest a shark lasted in captivity was 198 days at a facility in California. This baby great white shark barely made it, and largely because it was able to subsist on fish rather than an adult shark's diet of seals, sea turtles, etc., and the large tank it was in. However, the great white eventually killed 2 other sharks, leading to its release. Number 6. Mountain gorillas. The powerful, phenomenal mountain gorilla possesses a number of fascinating traits, such as the ability to communicate with other gorillas. Its odd phobias, insects and lizards apparently give them the creeps, and their well-documented dislike for getting wet. Largely herbivores, the mountain gorilla was the subject of Dr. Diane Fossey's studies, and her research provided great insight into the mountain gorilla's social behavior. Like many animals are on our list, mountain gorillas won't be found in zoos because they have a high mortality rate in captivity. Just why they don't survive though is a mystery. Zoos have been successful with keeping lowland gorillas, but mountain gorillas have not survived. Number 7. Swallows. Swallows are an amazing type of bird who are constantly flying. In fact, the only time you won't catch these songbirds flying is when they're sleeping or reproducing. Known for their incredible aerial acrobatics, they eat their food while they're flying. Swallows need to eat every 15 minutes, and while this might be possible in the right zoo, these high flyers develop physiological problems when confined, which makes them unsuitable candidates for any zoo. Number 8. The KAKAPO. People are familiar with flightless birds such as ostriches and penguins, but have you ever heard of a KAKAPO? This flightless bird, sometimes called the night parrot or the owl parrot, was living the good life in New Zealand as it had lots of food and only a few predators. Things slowly turned sour for these herbivores when New Zealand was settled by Polynesian people known as the Maori, and the feathers started flying when European colonists brought non-native animals to the land. As land was clear, they lost some of its habitat, and the situation grew critical when seemingly everyone decided they wanted to have one. They nearly went extinct, and while conservation efforts are in place, the bird is having a tough go of things. As amazing as these creatures are, you won't find them in zoos because the main focus right now is on saving them from extinction. According to the site Be Amazed, in 1990 there were only 50 birds left, but this has improved to 154 individuals thankfully. Number 9. The blue whale. Another impressive inhabitant of the ocean, the blue whale is known for being one of the largest creatures on Earth, as well as the longest lived, as an average age is believed to be around 80 to 90 years, while National Geographic reports the oldest blue whale was 110 years old. As big as these creatures are, their diet consists largely of krill, a small shrimp-like animal. The blue whale packs away 4 tons of krill a day, which has us wondering where all these krill come from. Now, the reasons you obviously won't see a blue whale in an aquarium is because they're just too blasted big, and it's unlikely any aquarium would be able to procure all the krill they need for this big blue behemoth. And number 10, the Ethiopian wolf. The beautiful Ethiopian wolf is a canine, a type of dog like carnivores and known for its red and white fur and similar appearance to a coyote in size and build. Sadly, this creature is an endangered species, said to be around 500 or less. Now, you won't find the Ethiopian wolf in a zoo, and the way things are going, you may not see them anywhere. But as incredible as these 10 animals are, you won't see them in a zoo anywhere, and that's definitely for the better, as many of them need to be saved from extinction. Now, we hope you've enjoyed the video. Be sure to check out our other videos, and we'll see you next time for more incredible videos.